Here's the thing, I'm the type of guy who doesn't immediately fall in love with every anime I watch. I mean, it takes a lot for me to get hooked right off the bat. But then, Dandadan came along and completely changed that. At first, I thought it was just about, typical shonen, friendship, romance, and blah blah blah, all that boring stuff, but boy was I wrong. Like I said, when I first heard about Dandadan, I wasn't expecting much. It seemed like just another anime with some typical tropes. Characters, Momo and Okarun, seemed like they might fall into the usual anime do. It's kind of predictable, right? But then, as the episodes started rolling out, I started saying, wait, what the is going on? Like, Dandadan wasn't just playing by the rules, it was flipping them upside down and throwing them out the window. Look, Dandadan doesn't waste your time with the boring stuff. No training arcs, no endless flashbacks unless needed to. They get straight to the good stuff, like the action, the craziness, and yeah, the weirdness. And I love that. As a Gen Z guy myself, it feels like they're speaking directly to me. It's like the creator said, let's just cut to the chase and give the audience what they want. If I were to describe what this show is about, honestly, I can't even describe the energy of this show. It's like if Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen had a baby, but with less gore. Let's talk about the opening for a second. Everything about it, from the visuals to the music, fits the anime perfectly. It's like a chaotic dreamlike sequence that makes you cough. I listen to this song so much. Did you know the Pikmin part that everyone talks about? Turns out, it's actually a sample from an old song that's been sped up. I mean, who else would think to throw that into the opening? It's such a perfect mix of weird and awesomeness and blah blah. Okay, let me tell you. Every time there's a scene with Momo and Okarun, I'm just smiling the whole time. My cheek starts to hurt because I can't stop grinning. But the best part? Okarun. He's so awkward, and honestly, I totally relate to him. I mean, how many of us have felt like people are resenting us, or that we'd be better off just running away from a situation without even knowing what others actually think? That's the vibe I get from him. It's like he's trapped in this constant struggle of self-doubt, but somehow it's hilarious and endearing at the same time. Now, as someone who's read the manga, I have to say some moments hit harder in the manga than in the anime. For example, the way they reveal certain enemies in the manga is just insane. I mean, just look at this panel. It hits way harder than it should. In conclusion, the anime does its best to capture that energy, but these manga panels just hits way harder. Now, I'm not one to fall for an anime right away, but Dandadan, it's the exception. And that's exactly why it works. And if you haven't watched it yet, do yourself a favor and dive in. Trust me, you won't regret it. So, is Dandadan the best anime of the year? I think it just might be. And honestly, it's exactly what I needed right now. What do you think though? Is Dandadan peak, or am I just brain rotting too hard? Let me know in the comments.